everybody. Thank you for following. Thanks to my new followers, to my old followers, everyone who retweeted and sent in some questions. Um, yeah, so let's go with this. Awesome. All right, so I've got one question from Jeremy West, and Jeremy writes, what are the hardest tongue twisters that you were never able to say? I'm terrible at tongue twisters, Jeremy, so I guess she sold seashells by the seashore is about as quickly as I can say that. And then Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Maybe I'm not horrible at tongue twisters. I don't know. And maybe I was deprived as a child because I don't know any other tongue twisters at all. I don't think. So send me some. That'd be cool. All right, check. Next question. From Jeremy's brother, Jeffrey. Are you the mayor? Yes, I am the mayor. I was elected the mayor of my hometown when I was 12. And I was the youngest mayor in United States history. And I've been the mayor consecutively since I was 12 years old. And it's been really interesting. I write in my spare time in my office at town hall, so it's been really cool to kind of get a break from the day-to-day monotony of hometown politics and traveling with a book and everything. I'm not the mayor. I just told you a lie. Next question comes from Crooked Carla, who I might add writes the most amazingly colorful book reviews, which are very cool to have my father give me a phone call about. He actually loved it, but there's the nature of my family for you. So she asks first, if today was a book title, what would it be? I think since I've devoted my morning to getting more Twitter followers and awarded a prize of getting to watch me talk about myself, then today's book title should probably be Attention Whore, the John Corey Whaley story, except it would go this way since you're looking at me from that direction. So yeah, I think that would probably be a good book title. Carla also asks, what is your most awkwardly hysterical moment, or the most awkwardly hysterical thing that ever happened to you? My life every day is an awkwardly hysterical moment, so that's really, really tough. Wow. I don't know. I really don't know.
A merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
Okay, moving right along with the questions. Next question is from actually my hometown pal Taylor Smith, and he writes in, what part of Where Things Come Back is most autobiographical? Taylor, you got serious on us. It's definitely nothing having to do with the bird. Like, there was never an extinct bird that came back to my town or anything like that. Although that would have been really interesting, which is kind of what the idea for the book was. I think probably the most autobiographical part of the book is the cynical nature of Cullen Witter, the narrator. He's very cynical. He's very sort of smartassy about his hometown. He doesn't really like it there. He doesn't feel like he belongs. Feels as if he's trapped there, and like everyone else is trapped there. And I think when I was younger, not so much now, but when I was younger, I definitely felt that emotion toward my town. So really, the most autobiographical part is spread throughout the whole novel, because really all of the events in the novel are purely fictional. Very few tiny moments within the story actually ever happened to me. So, good question, Taylor. All right, this is a really, really good question. This comes from my pal Ginger at GReads, who likes to call herself my Twitter pimp, but I don't know that that's appropriate, Ginger. No, it is very appropriate. She wants me to explain my book to a 3-year-old in a Louisiana accent. I guess this is not a Louisiana accent. I don't know. So I will now attempt to do that in my best Louisiana accent. Okay, so my book is about like this bird, and it like comes to this town in Arkansas, and what happens is everybody in the town like they like the bird, so they try to like take pictures of it and write articles about it and put it on the news and things like that. But then, like this kid who's in the town, like sometimes people like disappear. But you're like 3, so we really like shouldn't talk about that. But like we kind of have to because I have to like explain the book. So like I just feel like well, like this kid, he kind of goes away. He like disappears, and like his mommy and his daddy, they can't find him. And it's like his brother's really sad about it, and so they try to find him. And then there's this whole other part of the story that you're way too young to like discuss because it has to do with like religion and faith and like the loss of those things. And like I don't want to corrupt you because you're 3 years old, and that really would not service any of us. So yeah, thanks. All right. So before I go, I looked up a few questions on this website, and it says 101 important questions to ask yourself in life. So because I didn't really get a lot of questions from my Twitter followers, which is okay, it's fine, I'm just now starting this, I'm going to answer a few of these questions. The first one says, who are you? Well, I'm Corey Whaley. I live in Louisiana. I write books. I used to be a teacher. I'm not a teacher anymore. Yeah, that's who I am. It's fun. Okay, next question. What are you passionate about? I am passionate about art and literature. I'm not one of these people who wants to, just I'm not one of these people who's just going to inundate you with promotions and trying to sell a book or a product. Like I like doing this because it's fun. I would never be the kind of person just like inundate you with images of like my book or anything, just to try to sell a couple of copies, because it's not about that. It's really not about selling books or anything. Really art is about art. It's really about writing and literature and expressing oneself and telling a story. It's not about selling a product that's available anywhere online, in any independent bookstore, in most of your mega bookstores. It's just not about that. That's what I'm passionate about. Staying true to myself. All right, let's see. How would you describe yourself? I wouldn't. That was weird. Do you love yourself? Come on. Of course I do. If you had 1 minute left to live, what would you do? I would cry like a baby. I mean, if I knew about the minute, which I guess in this question scenario I know about the minute, then I would probably, gosh, I don't know. You can't do anything in a minute. You can't find the person you love most in the world, like your mom or your dad. You can't find them and like give them a hug because, I mean, unless they're like in the other room. Wow, this question's deep and it's making me sad. Huh. I think we need to pause for a happy song. Yeah. I feel better now. Okay, next question. This is the last one, because this video is going to be entirely too long. What are the biggest things you've learned in life to date? The biggest things I've learned in life are to always be this guy. And by that I mean to everyone, just always be who you are. And it's really silly and um, way too serious for a goofy video. But yeah, just be yourself. And if people don't like it, then they can suck it. Um, okay, I'm gonna answer one more because this question really struck me because I think it's like a hidden thing on this website. It asks, "What are your Quadrant 2 tasks?" So here are my two theories on Quadrant 2 tasks. First of all, Quadrant 2 is probably referring to some aspect of this survey website, but I choose to believe that Quadrant 2 is actually a planet very similar to Earth that orbits a sun very similar to our sun. And on this planet, Quadrant 2, there are people who are exactly like us. They look like us, they talk like us. But the problem is that there can only be one in the world, sort of like a Highlander situation, right? Highlander, anyone? No. And so my task for Quadrant 2 is to go there, find Quadrant 2 Corey, and destroy him. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, give me 100 more followers and you get episode 2. What?